The sky was calm that morning as Flight 721 soared above the Atlantic, heading from London to New York. Passengers chatted, kids giggled, coffee cups clinked. Just another ordinary day in the sky. But in seat 25, a young woman named Clara Dawson sat quietly, her eyes fixed on the clouds. She wasn't a regular passenger. Her calmness wasn't just composure. It was control. No one knew she once worked for the Global Air Defense Unit, trained to intercept aerial threats. But after a tragic mission went wrong, she left the agency, vowing never to step foot near military life again. As the plane leveled at 36,000 feet, Clara noticed something off, a faint mechanical vibration under her seat. It wasn't turbulence. Her instincts, sharp as ever, woke instantly. She glanced toward the back of the plane where two men sat nervously exchanging coded looks. Moments later, the captain's voice cracked through the speakers, calm but tense. "Ladies and gentlemen, we're experiencing a minor communication issue with air control. Please remain seated." Clara knew that wasn't true. The comms blackout meant something else. Someone had jammed their frequency. She pressed her fingers to her wrist, feeling for her old emergency pulse signal chip, still there, hidden under her skin. With a subtle gesture, she activated it, sending a low-frequency ping through the clouds. The world outside continued as if nothing had happened. But 40,000 feet above, two F-22 Raptor jets, on routine patrol, suddenly received a faint, encrypted SOS, a code that hadn't been used in over 3 years. The code name, Spectre 15. The woman in seat 15F was back. Inside the cockpit, chaos brewed. The co-pilot's trembling voice whispered into the headset, but the line was dead. The plane's controls flickered, hijacked remotely. The same two men Clara had noticed now stood up. Their voices were low but sharp. "Nobody move, and this plane lands where we say." Passengers froze. A masked man flashed a small device, not a gun, but something far worse, a signal disruptor. It could scramble every frequency within miles. Clara's pulse raced. She had to act, but any sudden move could put lives at risk. She studied the hijackers' movements, their eyes, their formation. They weren't professionals, too jittery, too scared. That was her advantage. Then one of them noticed her calm face. "You! Seat 15F, what are you smiling at?" Her eyes didn't blink. "Nothing," she said softly. "Just thinking you picked the wrong flight." At that exact moment, F-22 pilots, Liam and Ryder from Air Command, saw her coded distress beacon confirm location. "We have Spectre 15 in the air. Flight 721, code black, hijack confirmed." But the pilots couldn't contact the cockpit. The disruptor blocked everything. They had only one hope: follow Clara's signal. Back inside, Clara subtly tapped her watch twice, signaling she understood they were above. She now had to coordinate with them, silently, from inside a hijacked plane. The hijackers demanded the plane reroute toward Greenland, but their real plan was darker. They wanted to crash the aircraft into an Arctic military base as revenge for a past strike. Clara's calm mask began to crack. Every minute counted. She had 298 lives to protect. When one hijacker left his seat to check the cockpit, Clara slid her phone under her leg and opened her hidden Spectre app, an encrypted transmitter she swore she'd never use again. She typed 3 words. "Code alive. Visual sync." Outside, the F-22 pilots saw her message blink through their sensors. They tilted left, forming a heart triangle formation around the commercial plane, signaling acknowledgement. Passengers gasped, seeing the fighter jets appear beside them. Someone screamed, "Are we being attacked?" Clara stood up slowly. "No," she said. "We're being saved." In one synchronized moment, she made her move. Using a metal pen she carried for self-defense, she jabbed the hijacker's wrist, disarming him. The passengers near her froze, then joined in. The other hijacker panicked, firing a stun pulse that hit the ceiling instead of her. Above the clouds, The F-22 pilots saw the commotion. Spectres engaging. We're going in low. It was all or nothing. After 10 minutes of chaos, the plane stabilized. Clara managed to reach the cockpit, bleeding, exhausted, but in control. She found the captain unconscious and reactivated manual override. She whispered into the intercom. "This is Clara Dawson. Flight 721 is secure. Repeat, we're safe." The F-22 pilots heard her voice. Liam smiled under his mask. "Good to have you back. Spectre 15. Clara guided the plane toward a military runway, landing it softly as hundreds of emergency vehicles awaited below. When the door opened, passengers erupted into tears and applause. The hijackers were restrained, the pilots safe, and the world learned the truth about the woman who once disappeared. As Clara walked down the stairs, the media cameras flashed. A reporter shouted, "Who are you?" She smiled faintly. Just a passenger who stayed calm. Later, in a private hangar, the F-22 pilot saluted her. Liam said, "The skies still remember you. Spectre." She turned to the window, watching the sunset reflect on the wings of the plane she saved. "I wasn't meant to fly again," she said softly. "But maybe this time I finally landed right." The world called her a hero, but to her, it was just Seat 15 Effie.